In Mark's Gospel, it is as if Jesus appears from nowhere, from an unknown town, from the edges. Well, we tend to think that if change is going to happen, it has to come from the centre, from those who are in charge. That's never how Jesus sees it. He sees that change comes from the unlikely, the unexpected, and even the unwanted. His ordination, if you could call it that, came not from Jerusalem or from the cathedral or wherever. It came from craggy old John's baptism. And here, in this baptism, there is dramatic violence. The heavens are torn apart. And then out of the violence, there's the gentleness of the Spirit that descends upon Jesus. And the words are said, "You are my Son, the beloved." I think this is a foretaste of what is to come in Jesus' ministry. He was highly critical, dismissive of the religion of the day, judgmental of the systems of governance, politics, economics, the law and the temple. And yet he was as gentle as a dove with those who were its victims. Well, it's easy to be critical of people who are in charge, judgmental and dismissive. The government, managers, the Prime Minister or whoever. But often, as soon as we start doing that, we become like the people that we judge. Which is why Jesus says, I think, do not judge. Well, Jesus was a prophet who operated from a different place to most of us. He knew who he was. You are my Son, the beloved. And that changes everything in our approach to the world. You see, for him, his criticisms of others weren't made to make him feel better, which is what it is with us. Oh, they should do that because we know and they're stupid. His criticism of those who were in charge was out of compassion for the victims. I think Jesus' ministry turns out to be very political, and we see this in the Gospel of Mark. And after all, it was politics and religion that finally murdered him. He would have been just another opinion maker, another ego, another shouting and complaining voice with all of the others, if it were not for, you are my Son, the beloved. He knew who he was and where his energy came from. Unless we get this fundamental sorted out, we will just be noise in the world. And there's enough of that already. Whose are you? Who am I? If we are going to have a political edge to our mission, let us make sure we've got the basics right. Otherwise, folks, we're just noise.